Hello, it's Richard at Richard's Guitars. Just following up on the little video I did yesterday about the three dots, little triangle shape. It's really important that what I'm going to try and give you is, I'm hoping, an ability to remove the obvious, or to look beyond the obvious. And that's really what I'm going to enjoy doing, is trying to get you to think outside of what I'd call stereotypes, very specific ways of thinking. So you quite rightly said that the root 3-5 is correct, the root 3-5, that arpeggio I showed you yesterday. But that root 3-5 has so much more, or that shape that you interpret as root 3-5 has so much more to offer you. And I want you to connect also that learning of what these dots do, these shapes do, and as you start to realize how these shapes can kind of expand into something much, much greater than what you originally perceived them to be, to take that into your wider life, because actually everything is connected and everything does connect. I talk about it all the time, and so much of what I learned from teaching myself guitar and the understanding of guitar, and then going into understanding my business and having business experiences, all of this stuff connects everything. And then when I look at the wider world, the politics around me, the people's, everything, the way the world's shaping, somehow when you start looking beyond the obvious, when you start looking at things from a different perspective and challenging the way you saw things before, everything gets a lot clearer, a lot faster. So that's what I want to kind of say. When you play the guitar and when you're learning something on your guitar, think about how this connects to something else you've learned. And if you can't see any obvious connection, i.e. it looks like today's blues lick, and you can't really see how on earth that could connect to yesterday's jazz lick or last week's jazz chords or something, if you see no correlation other than they are just things you're trying to learn, then you are lost. And when you're lost, you're easily, if you like, manipulated. And when I say manipulated or controlled, what I mean is that you have no real control over your future of playing the guitar, keeping it within a guitar context. You have no real control over how you develop and how you become a better player if you cannot see the connections between all these things that you're learning. I hope that makes sense from that context. So I'm going to really try and help you gain that understanding, gain the connection, understanding that everything you've ever learned is connected, and everything's going to make so much more sense when you understand how. Okay, cheers then. See you soon. Bye-bye.